the Alabama Crimson Tide. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rose.
Checking in with the Michigan head coach pregame, he talked to me about the importance of this young running back. Just a freshman, he has continued to showcase his talent. They gave him an opportunity early in the season, and they have been rewarded. He continues to shine and be very productive at the line of scrimmage. I'm going to keep you posted on how he plays here in the first quarter. They're feeding him early and often. He's in the script. Can he keep the momentum going? We'll find out. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Got a little grass. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. That's the sophomore safety that the trainers are taking a look at. We'll let you know how he's doing as soon as we find out. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Underwood. That's caught. It's Hansen.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have...
Touchdown, Wolverines! Meadow on the end zone, he's got it!
And this is the part of the field where you gotta love to have the big tight ends. These guys are used all over the field now. Find those mismatches. Palmer, nice throw, nice catch.
Man, I remember a time when tight ends were good for 5-yard out routes and blocking. How nice is it to have a guy with this guy's size and speed just stretch the field vertically, get into the end zone quickly, and be a great target for you? That's every quarterback's dream.
Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Here's Underwood to throw. Finds the tight end. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Nice job. A little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. That's just what the doctor ordered in the running game. He gets it out to the 16 before going out of bounds. Backed up at the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Shakes off the defender. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. And if he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Keelan Russell. He's got it. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it internally from guys they've recruited who have waited their turn and then finally show up. Ty Simpson was one of those guys. He waited his turn year after year to get his opportunity, and I think they feel like they've got the guys inside the building already that can take over the spot and lead this team to a national championship.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He'll take it himself. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Throwing Russell. Pocket breaking down. He sacked this defense all over it.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy. Man, he is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket, and when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Run the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Hits him in stride. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Russell, under fire. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
And the point after is good. Coming out with it, it's Chambers. They'll corral him and get him down. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, a lot of times offenses, they feel really good when it's second and short after a good run on first down. You'll see them be aggressive. They choose to run the football, defense ready, now setting up a third and short situation. Are they going to run it 3 times in a row? The defense probably going to be ready for that.
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a first down.
And great offenses, man, they maximize who they have, and they use them to the best of their ability. You got a running back that can be a big playmaker like this. You can throw it short and watch him do the rest, but it's really about isolating him, getting him open, getting him on a linebacker. Now he can run away from it and win that advantage.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. Wide receiver going in motion. Throwing. Underwood. Rushes on him. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the tight end. Working on the right. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Unloads quickly. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They go play action with Russell. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
That's caught. It's Rodgers. It's a seam wide open. He's at the touchdown, Crimson Tide. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So here comes the Michigan offense. As productive as these two offenses have been early, you really can't afford an empty possession here. He's got his man. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Underwood. Here comes the heat. Got a man in the middle. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Here's a little room there. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. big physical runners that also had sprinter speed, and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Here's the pressure. Still looking for a man. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. On target over the middle. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. And the Wolverines trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dot.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. All the way back. Touchdown, Alabama.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Running back searching for a hole.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's Underwood to throw. Here's a heat. He'll pull it down. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. He hurls one deep down the left side. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Keelan Russell. He's moving out of the pocket. He gambles and throws one all the way back to the left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Edwards. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with Baylor taking on the number 3 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Bears coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. That is another solid victory for this team, who now gets to 5-1 on the season.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. There's some room. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Alabama pushing the tempo. Might be changing the route. Might as well give it to him again.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Bring in the heat. Oh, sticks that big mid up there and grabs it. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy on offense?
Throwing Russell. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Got it. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. slow. Take your time. Drain the clock. No hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes the second half. Didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. He leaves it with his back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Man, we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Complete in the middle. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of a hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You got to continue to be aggressive.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it from the gun. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing. Underwood. Pressure coming. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And they finally get to this guy, and he's electric. He's dynamic. He can make plays with his feet and scramble around. And I think they got used to it in the first half. And now, if they want to win this football game, they got to continue to catch that fast joker and get him on the ground.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Here's Underwood. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And that is no good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
And those sting for this team. I tell you what, when you drive the field against a really, really good defense and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little bit because I thought the offense did a good job moving the ball down the field.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They give it to him again. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on first, had a nice carry, got it on second. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Finding some room. Touchdown tie! And what 6-7 as they push out that lead.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the ground with the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
If they don't pick up this third down, let's see if they trust their field goal kicker after the miss on the last drive. Oh, he dropped the football. He had it right in the middle of the field and just ran before he finished the catch. It'll be fourth down. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Finding open areas. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Offense gets set for second down. Russell on play action. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun to give, looking for room. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away.
Number 89 on to punt it away.
Takes it on the return. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
Really, the MO of this offense is their ability to run the football. And they've been trying to get this guy going. They've given it to him time and time again. Just really hasn't been a lot of space and a lot of place for him to go. You got to give the defense credit, especially their front seven. They are winning in the trenches so far this game.
Quarterback extends the play. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And how about the complementary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football game.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first.
Timeout.
And you still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Fourth down, Underwood. He unleashes a long one. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Hand off from the shotgun. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we're looking pretty good.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Underwood. Oh, they're after him. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
He'll throw it. Finds his tight end. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Play action with Underwood. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the fourth.
Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Under fire. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first.
Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Michigan!
Now, a lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Gets it out quickly. He will be stopped short, just shy of the goal line, and the two-point conversion attempt will fail.
38, Michigan 20.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Quarterback making adjustments. Got room to work. Hard running there. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. They go play action with Russell. Shoots it to the left. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long.
Ready. Blue 85. Blue 85. Spade root. Spade root.
Mack. Pocket breaking down. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And they'll mark this one at the 15-yard line. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Complete to start this drive. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Makes the grab. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Here's Underwood to throw. Under fire. can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it. The defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last...
Well, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Underwood to throw for it on fourth. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points in the score.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the stomping has commenced. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Just put a little bit of distance in this game and try to put it on ice.
And the defense just trying to fight to stay in the ball game. That should be the final blow. No more hope, but good fight to the end.
And they did tack on the extra point. Fielded in the end zone, it's Chambers. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Motion from the back. Throwing, Underwood. Rushes on him. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. And there's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
They've really got this offense humming. Just a 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Touchdown, Michigan! Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. There he goes. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. With the clock running, this should be the final play. To the ground, he's got it again. And they'll pick up just a few on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the ball game.